now Gurdwara Parivar Vichora Sahib. This place, Guru Gobind Singh Ji and their family, immediate family, separated. As soon as they left the fortress of Anandgarh, they reached this place, this destination, Amrit Villa, before sunrise. And this is where they conducted the service of Asadivar, where they sang Asadivar, certain hymn, certain scripture from Guru Gobind Singh Ji that was read daily, sang daily in the morning by musicians in the courts of the Guru. But interesting here, we can see that this Gurdwara is built a high place. And just trying to connect things together in my mind again. I've got a video when I came here a few years back, hopefully I'll share in the coming future, where there's mounds, there's high mounds around this Gurdwara Sahib, and they're actually being bulldozed down, they're being flattened down. And that specific point, I thought to myself that maybe this was one of those type of mounds, which is why it's at the degree that it's built at. And then things connected together, because Guru Gobind Singh Ji stopped here in the morning to sing Asadivar. And strategically, they never left themselves sensitive. They were always strong strategically. They were never fragile to attacks. So we can read here on the board, they're saying that as soon as the battalion, the armies, Guru Gobind Singh Ji and their family, they passed Gurdwara Sahib, the Mughal Empire, they broke their promises, they broke their oaths, and they attacked from behind. Shaheed by Uday Singh Ji, they were a great general. They died fighting in the battlefield, somewhere called Shahi Tibbi. And they were actually stopping the Mughal armies from continuing their journey forward to attack the rest of the Khalsa. And at that specific point, Bhai Jeevan Singh, another great martyr, was also fighting on the banks of the river Sirsa. So they were basically holding back, pushing back the rest of the Mughal armies. So whilst Guru Gobind Singh Ji was conducting Asadivar at this place, which we can see probably was a higher elevated position, obviously to keep themselves strategically strong. It's a lot harder for armies to go uphill and attack. It's easier for the occupants at the top of a high position to fight back the army that's trying to push themselves up towards you. So got the likes of Bhai Jeevan Singh Ji with his group, and by Uday Singh Ji, they're fighting off the Mughal forces, keep them at bay at the river Sirsa. And during that time, obviously, Guru Gobind Singh Ji singing Asadivar here. So they never left their name, their daily routine. They never broke the tradition, a tradition that started from the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and for 249 years continued without a single day. They never broke the tradition. Every morning they would sing Asadivar. So this is where the family separated. Baba Fateh Singh Ji, Baba Gurdwara Singh Ji, Mata Gujar Kaur Ji. They were separated in a different position, and they made the journey towards Fatehgarh Sahib. And the wives of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they separated into another direction. They ended up towards Delhi. But this is where they separated, so it's a very emotional place. We're going up a long set of stairs, as we just discussed before. The rest of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was so excellent in their thinking and their strategy. They would have chose a strategically strong position where they know they could sing and sing Asadivar, conduct their morning prayers in a reasonably safe spot, whilst their great generals were holding the rest of the armies at bay. Soon from here we can see we're at a pretty high place. We've got higher to go. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Gurdwara Parivar Vichora Sahib. Another beautiful construction. So you can see it here. We are a high position. So if you think about armies trying to attack, it'd be extremely difficult for them to come uphill. Which is why eventually Guru Gobind Singh Ji chose Gurdwara Sahib. But you can see there's a road coming here on the outskirts. When I last came here years back, I've actually got footage, hopefully I'll release that. There were actually mounds here and they were bulldozing them down, flattening them down. So that's probably why, because they wanted to build that road. But this is the place where Guru Gobind Singh Ji would have Sangha Sadivar before sunrise. See there's fields surrounding this Gurdwara Sahib. More upstairs than Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Here's the Gurdwara Sahib. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. It says Khudai se main nikliya rasta. So these are things that they found during construction whilst they were digging underground. You can see a sword, old sword there, potential kunda, which probably used on the shans or maybe eventually on the stars or turbans. Or Gurdwara used for water utensil. That seems to be like a kunda, that sword actually. Too good with it. So definitely another place that I want to live stream with the rest of the world. It's a great history that we have. Even with the army of 1 million gathering to attack Guru Gobind Singh Ji, they refused to give up their routine of prayers and their routine of connection to God and worship of God. They never let anything intervene or interrupt that. But from this Gurdwara, where the family split to different directions, followed a history that we may not even see in the world anywhere else. History that was lived by Guru Gobind Singh Ji and their family. Their mother goes on to become a martyr. Their younger sons become martyrs. Their elder sons become martyrs. Their wives don't know where they are, where Guru Gobind Singh Ji is. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji ends up with 40 of his great Sikhs, who all end up becoming martyrs in the battlefield at Gurdwara Sahib. So thank you all for listening. Please, if you come to Ropar, definitely come to this place and relive those moments of emotions, of love, of worship, of fighting against tyrants. All those mixed feelings come into one place when we relive this history. Thank you all for listening. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.